Man, listen, it's free game. Toddy back again. What's up, man?
What's happening, my brother?
TIM was good.
Peace, God. What's happening?
Alright, we back again.
Black in the building.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
In the flesh. We gonna address this conversation that I came across on Facebook about single mothers and government assistance.
Right.
I'm gonna play the clip real quick, and then we're gonna take it away.
Do you feel like more mothers are choosing to have the government assist them with raising their children than a man? Yes. And yes. And you feel like that if they had a choice, they wouldn't choose to be co-parenting with the father of their children. You don't think that they would prefer to have that help?
Well, you got to look at it like this. I'm talking about marriage. So they're preferring to go against marriage and just be.
I was married. And I stand by what I'm going to say now.
Okay.
Even the women that do receive that assistance, I argue it's the absent fathers that is actually receiving the assistance. Because the government is only doing the job that they're neglecting to do. So if you sit here and you say that women are getting wind and Title IX and this, that, and the other, actually it's the fathers that's getting it, because if they was giving more than $35 a week for child support, then they would have been Section 8 voucher.
So, man, I'm gonna go to you first. It's a two-part conversation, basically. So, man, I'm gonna come to you first. Do you feel women are choosing government assistance over marriage? So, choosing not to co-parent.
Right.
Instead of co-parenting, they want the government assistance. So, how do you feel about the first question and statement that was made?
I'm gonna have to say I can't really. I don't think I agree with that.
So explain what you don't agree.
Cause I don't think every woman want to depend on the government. Like, that's almost a biased opinion to say, like women just want to live off the government, and that's like they're throwing dudes under the bus too. Like, some dudes don't take care of their kids, and some women get child support and everything, and they still get government assistance, or they still choose to get government assistance. So to me, I just feel like everybody's situation is different.
I agree.
Everybody's situation is different. I ain't gonna just put that on everybody.
So you don't say so the women that's getting government assistance, you saying you don't feel like they're choosing not to co-parent? They just using the government assistance because it's available.
I mean, there's no percentage to use, so I'm gonna just say some do, some don't. Because you got some that you got some that
there you go.
You got some that, don't want to co-parent and just want to get the government the free money. Then you got some that do, but the guy don't want to do his part, so they use the government assistance. And then you got some that get support from the father, and got great fathers, and they still use it. So I think it's like they say different show different folks. I ain't gonna put that on everybody though. That's a blank statement to just say that like everybody do that. And every dude is not out here not taking care of their kids. Let me just say that right now. Cause women run with that every day. Every time I turn around and see a post, man, and like, look, man, just say the man you dealing with. I take care of my son. I know a lot of other people that do too. So, but I just think it's a different situation, different people.
So let me ask you this: do you feel like it's women that's getting government assistance, but the father is probably in the child life or providing for the child?
It's a lot of them like that. I grew up with situations like that. But I've seen that firsthand. Like, just because they get government assistance don't mean the father ain't in the situation. Sometimes it was best for that child in that later situation. Because I done seen people do it, where they father that and they still get it. Like, everybody's situation is different. You just got to assess it to, I think, the person's situation. But as a whole, of course they gonna say that. So I can agree with that. You know what I mean? Not wholeheartedly. I think it's just depend on the situation. That's my answer for that. For real.
T.I. love it.
Yo.
Okay, that first statement he made, he said, well, he asked the guy the question. He said, do you feel that the woman would rather have the government assistance over being with the father of their child, co-parenting? And the guy said, he's saying instead of marriage, they'd rather use the government assistance. What you say to that?
Yeah, I don't know. What's up, Rob? I don't know if I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I could say that, no, I don't think that's that's how that be playing out. But we see a lot of different situations, like Led said, it kind of work out different in every situation. But no, I don't think they just refrain from getting married and all that, just to get government assistance. No, I don't believe that.
Okay. What about, back to you, man, what about the second part?
What's up, Rob?
The guy said it's the fact that it's a fatherless, or the child is fatherless, and based on the fact that the child is fatherless, that is the reason behind the woman getting the Section 8 vouchers and the government assistance. And then he also mentioned if the father was paying more than $35 a week child support, then the woman will have to get the Section 8, the Title IX, etc.
Right.
So expound on that statement made by the second guy.
I'm still gonna disagree because, I mean, to me, like that statement to me just don't even make. It don't hold no logic to it. Like that's almost like saying everybody that's fatherless is fatherless because the guy don't want to be there. You don't know everybody's situation. There's some guys out here that, you know what I'm saying, that's been blackballed to take care of their kid. Or you got some that do take care of their kid, but the woman don't do the right thing with the money. You know what I'm saying? Or some have an agreement to like, okay, you do this, I do that, I get, like they got their own, everybody got their own situation. And as far as the child support, like, we all know that I ain't gonna get into that because we know that that's not, it ain't even set up for that. It ain't set up the right way how it's supposed to be. So like he pretty much making it seem like it's just everything on the dude, and the woman don't have no responsibility. You know what I'm saying, to nothing. Which I totally disagree with. It take two to tango.
As far as the government assistance, make sure you clarify that.
Yeah, as far as government assistance,
okay.
like, you know what I'm saying, like they get the good end of the stick. The guy get the stick. That ain't the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in that situation, majority of the time, a good man, especially I'm gonna say a good dude, you can't. That's a catch-22. You lose either way. You do your part, then they say you don't get enough. You ain't send enough. Or if you don't do extra, you could have did more. But then you put me on it, I can't fight you for putting me on it. Like. So I don't agree with that neither. Like I don't know if he was just trying to get cool points or what. But that statement don't even
He definitely was racking up the cool.
Yeah, it ain't logical. Like that's like speaking for every you know how many men out here that take care of their kids or send child support and they still gotta hear this noise all the time, even though they probably I know dudes right now who take care of their kids, agree to take care of them. The girl still put him on child support, but then you complain but he don't send you extra, but you chose to put him on child support. So you get what you get, but you call him on extra. Or I know dudes that take care of their kids and send child support, the girl don't spend nothing on the child, but they got nerves to say, I need some more money for the child. So yes, well what happened to the money I sent you? You get an attitude. Like, so I want to say everybody's situation is different. And every woman ain't innocent. So like that statement is just like, he was just trying to, that's clickbait. Gotta be clickbait. Right. That's buffoonery.
Alright, so get in there, Tim.
Again.
Second statement, he said it's based on the child being fatherless that the woman is getting the vouchers and the Title IX. If the father did more than pay $35 a week in child support, maybe the woman would have to have the government assistance, Section 8, Title IX, the vouchers, etc. What do you say to that?
Yeah, if a man paying $35 a week, then of course, you know what I'm saying. But that's like unlikely. You feel me? But I'm with Med. Like maybe the dude was up there just trying to, you know, say the right thing to appease the crowd. You know, that argument could have went any kind of way. Cause for one, that I really was interested in see what the dude was saying when he was saying I'm talking about marriage. All he had a chance to say was I'm talking about marriage. So
Yeah.
And then he kind of got stuck. He said instead of marriage, they and then the dude
he just took
rebuttal.
over. He took over. So you really didn't give him a chance to talk. So I wanted to see where he was going at with that.
Yeah.
But the one that, for the guy that was doing all the talking, like he wasn't saying nothing that was you know, he said some things. Like with me, I can agree with a few things that he said. Like, yeah, if an absentee father was present, then it's less likely you would need the assistance. You feel me? But that's an absentee father, not a father that's, you know, want to be in their children's life and all that. It's a difference.
Right.
So that part, you know, I could kind of see where he was going with that. Because if he was there, maybe they don't need the assistance. You know what I'm saying?
From what I see and I just witnessed
Probably saw that video.
personally.
I say part of it. I didn't look at the whole crack.
Yeah, you probably good that you didn't watch that.
When it comes to this, when it comes to government assistance, I'm gonna just be real. And when we talk about the black community, a lot of these kids like us, we have kids young when we was kids. You know, I had my son, I was 18. His mother was young. You know, they people gonna tell them, go apply for you some Section 8. Was I there with my son the whole time? Was I in the room, signing a birth certificate, providing everything? Go apply for you some Section 8. The next thing they gonna tell you is, go down there and get you some food stamps. It's available to you. So you got for the young female who's out there, you got low income housing available to you, and you got the Section 8. A lot of times the man, he right there. But out the real, the man already know, if you go down here and get this Medicaid, you get these food stamps, you get this Section 8, you automatically gonna get put on child support. As soon as you go down there and get it, you getting put on child support.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. So I don't think it's because of the man that the female is gonna take advantage. It's the time frame where you at right now. You 18, 19 years old. What you doing? Some of them still in high school. They still having kids. So they got a baby. Them and they child, they need somewhere to stay. They got this government assistance available to the disposal. Take advantage of it. Use it. Here go another thing though. It's women at my job right now. They don't want to up their hours because they don't want their government assistance to get knocked. That has nothing to do with a man. They tell you straight up, if I get this much money in my paycheck, I work this money out. Trust me, I know because they under me. They gonna knock my assistance. So some people, some women they are comfortable where they at. Now then I had to agree with what Tim said. Some of them need it. If you got 4 or 5 kids and now one of their daddies in their kids' life, probably one of them, you in Pine Hill, Forest, man, Hudson Dock, or anywhere, you probably got 4. You got multiple kids, multiple baby daddies, and they probably a lot of times only one of the dudes that's taking care of one of the kids. You definitely gonna need that assistance. But for me to say it's solely because of the man that the woman is getting the government assistance, that's crazy.
Very.
That's crazy. And then he put in the child support. If he was paying more child support, well, whether you paying child support out your pocket or you let them take it, I just let them take mine. I do extra when I could. Like if I got it, you can have it. But And never mind child support, because you got to take care of your child financially, whether you pay out your own pocket or they take it out the check. Either way, you're going to have to provide for the kid. But he's saying if the man was paying more than whatever child support, I know plenty of people pay more than that amount of child support, and these women still gonna get it. They still gonna get their food stamps and their Section 8. And then you look at it like, why not? If they can get it. I say get the assistance, but don't let the assistance be solely what you represent. Don't let that become you. I'm getting this government assistance, and this is how I'm gonna live the rest of my life. That'll be my advice. I say don't let the government assistance just take over you. Like, the ones that saying I don't want to advance in life because the government is giving me this. That's just crazy.
A lot of them doing that too.
There's a lot of them doing that. You
What you
know.
got to say about that, Rob?
Thanks, man. Y'all already said this. It's a lot of different ways this thing can go, man. Like, me personally, and I've said it many times before, we had this discussion. Like, I try not to, you know what I'm saying, for a man perspective, I try not to associate myself with you. Won't take care of the children. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just putting that out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all fellas, man, I see y'all all the time, man. You know, doing things with your kids, doing things for your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big thing to me. And as far as women and getting support, I've seen on so many different levels. Like, I had an uncle, man, he was, taking care of his daughter and, you know, the woman that he was with, taking care of her children as well for a long time. Taking them on trips, shopping spree, whatever, you know what I'm saying, both of them. And she still ended up trying to take him to court for child support. You know what I'm saying? But this was to support her act. That thing she had going on. Not for the children. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And the thing was, it ended up, she ended up getting way less, you know what I'm saying, child support than what she would have been getting from him directly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know mom, they take care of responsibility. Like I said, above and beyond the call to do. You know what I mean? But this thing got so much going on. And you have some women that they don't, you know what I'm saying? They have a grudge. You know what I'm saying? Against the father, but they don't want, you know what I'm saying? They got something against the father, so they use the child as, you know what I'm saying, as leverage or as a big thing more than, you know what I'm saying? That concerns them more than them actually being a parent.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you got some dudes that they, you know what I'm saying, they sit around and they depend on, you know what I'm saying, that this woman can get, you know, support or whatever. And just so they can sit and be lazy, you know what I'm saying, not make the effort that they need to make or go that extra mile, you know what I'm saying, to make sure their children are taken care of instead of actually sit back and depend on and waiting on that government assistance. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying, for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, man. Like, I don't know, man. There's so much that can be said on that subject, man. It's just,
Yeah, that's crazy.
at the end of the day, I would hope that, you know what I'm saying, especially our people, man, I would hope that because, you know what I'm saying, we gotta see generations, you know what I'm saying, raised up in the project, man. I don't know, man. That's a different frame of mind. You know what I mean? Like, somebody gotta break that cycle. Somebody gotta break that thinking of, let's let the government take care of us for the rest of our life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just my personal thing. You know?
You know, that's crazy, cause when we be, just like you were saying, like you speaking for the black community, like I'm proficient, like I'm a pro at being black, you know what I'm saying? So when all I know is like that struggle that we done went through and the not having, you know, the parents, you know, single parent home, all everything.
Right.
Your food stamps, back then it was welfare checks. You know, Medicaid, and so yeah, I lived through all that. So the crazy thing is, we see a lot of times that a lot of dudes may be considered absentee. You know, no matter what their situation is, like these cats be getting goals on every level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you got a lot of cats that's that be trying to, you know, partake or whatever. And so for that person, even if all he got is $35, you feel me? You know, we don't know what no man's situation is. It's like we don't know what no woman's situation is, but they gonna take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's available,
Yeah.
why not? You
Yeah,
feel
we
me?
gonna take it. So yeah, so don't be getting on all these platforms and all that, trying to trying to male bash and all that.
Yeah.
Everybody going through something at some point in time. Men struggling, women struggling, but overall, like, we have to find, like, that's that again. And I always talk about this. I don't care, you know, who wanna agree or disagree. That's another tool that that keep our house separated.
It's made to do that.
Yeah. See, that's another tool. So we the only people on earth that have been overwhelmed with divisive entities. Like, it's always, nothing is ever to bring us together.
It's always split us apart.
It's always something that's gonna tear the house up. You feel me? So when you start dealing with stuff like child support, government assistance, you know, everything, man, it's all put in that one pot. Like, it's all gonna be a reason to make the man disagree with the woman, baby mama disagree with the baby daddy, and we're gonna always be having these divisive arguments or divisive conversations. But what's the point? Where is the point that we get together and figure out how we can rectify those type of situations? Like, where do we start? Like Rock said, when do we start breaking these generational curses and start making our children understand that we can't continue to run the same games that my daddy and my granddaddy, well, my granddaddy was around, but my daddy was playing. Just cause you ain't with that woman no more. Just because you ain't with that woman no more, that's still your child.
Big facts. I mean, that's I think it's two answers for me for that. That change two things, and I'm gonna say that as black people, I think these are two answers. I think one is that as a generation or a whole, I think a lot of us are selfish. It's all about, if it ain't me, then I ain't gonna worry about it. You know what I mean? Two, I think a lot of us use that past as a scapegoat. A lot of us believe in fear. I think fear and selfishness is the reason a lot of them want to break the generational curses. Like, you'll say, you know, that's how we was brought up. Okay, so my thing is, if you done figured out, I don't care if it took you to be 15, 25, 45, 65. If you figured out something that you was taught when you was wrong, when you was young was wrong, you done figured it out by now, why wouldn't you, whatever time you got left, why wouldn't you get that jewel to somebody else coming up like that who don't know no better? So that's the whole purpose of, like, I love this, what we doing. Like, that's what I do. I give a game to them jits and the ones that look up to me now. Because I was a jitty boy at one time. So, like, me to know some stuff, know better now, and not tell a youngin' that don't know no better, you can't tell me you ain't selfish. But a lot of us like that, because if the spotlight ain't on you, and we, as black folk, we good at doing that. That's where the hate come from. It was like, I won't be like, yeah, you know, Tyree, he got the glow, you know what I'm saying, or for whatever. You gonna find some reason we find a reason to hate on each other, because if it ain't me getting the spotlight, then I ain't gonna tell the truth, or I ain't gonna help you when I know I can help you. And the fear just comes from not having no heart. Like, that's one thing, and that's one thing I'm really discussing with us as a whole. Like, we'll stand for anything else except for change. When it comes to, like, change into, like, some revolution, like to really change something, we ain't gonna bust a great when it comes to that. Anything else, you know, And all day, we'll do that all day. If it's about tearing you down, they'll do it. If it's about a rumor, if it's about beefing, if it's about not protecting our women, calling them out their name, anything that you ain't supposed to do, we for it. Anything that like take real balls to do it, like we don't want no part of that. You don't want to show the kid the right way. You don't want to treat the women how they're supposed to be treated. You want to respect your others, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's even to the point to where now it's like, it ain't even cool to be a man no more. If you're a man's man, like, really, they look at you like you the oddball.
There's something wrong with you.
Like, women, like, and it's mind-boggling to me. Y'all, like, we'll accept everything, excuse me, we'll accept everything that don't mean nothing. Degrading, disrespect, like, evil, anything, like, we love that. Anything that's positive, like that's the real jewels, is I just don't get it. So I think it's selfishness and fear. Them two things control us. And I feel like no matter what we've been through, all that stuff we all know what black people been through, you got a brain of your own. You know what I'm saying? Like once fear control you and all you care about is yourself, I mean, how far you think we're gonna go? It's to the point now, I feel like just to get off subject, but it's to the point now where we won't respect the person that got morals or principles. People respect you not for what you got. Now let me say that again for the slow people that didn't catch what I'm really saying. They respect you not for what you stand for or who you are. They're the real Jews. So let's say I can see Tim, he can just look like a plain Jane have on the record, whatever. He don't look super flashy. He try to tell you something, I don't want to hear that. Dude right on some 26, that's the dude you're gonna listen to.
Right.
Now, keep in mind this dude with the 26, and there's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, if you like the shine flag, cool. But what I'm saying is like, people so caught up in the imagery, they don't see the reality of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's misleading our kids. It's all about the smoke and mirrors. Like they'll say, you know, I'm all about the money. I'm all about the bag. So let me guess, having God in you don't matter no more. Like the real stuff you need to be happy as a human being, like we done got away from that. Peace don't matter no more. Respect don't matter no more. Unlike stuff that makes you a great human being, because that's where your blessings come from. It ain't how much money you got. You know what I'm saying? Like Robert Wayne was a millionaire and killed himself. Like, but we think like that. So selfishness and fear is the reason we still live in the same way we live to. And that's why we hate on each other the most we do. The fear of me saying, hey brother, man, I'm proud of what you're doing. Or congratulations on what you're doing. Or even how you did that, can you show me that? The fear of me giving you your credit because I don't want to, because I know I'm not doing my job. Instead of me telling you that fear turned into self-hate. Oh, that Tim think he all that, man, because he got it, he could have, so he ain't all that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, but that's what we do. Yeah. Selfishness and fear.
That's not the way the crowd is going.
Let's say it is. It has to.
That's not the way the crowd is going. A lot of people want to follow the crowd. If it look good, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to ain't gonna stuff nobody's goal, but I say that. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, when it comes down time to go to the club, you know what I'm saying? There's twerking going on, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know, people they run into it. Most of us, they run into it. But like you say, when it comes down to the mental awareness thing, like it should have been a waiting list for that. You know what I'm saying? It should have been a waiting list. The building should have been packed out, in my opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's something like that, like the mental illness, that's a serious issue in the hood. But we don't take advantage of it. So it's because it's something different.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying? Like that's not what's popular. It's popular to sit back and watch videos and you know what I'm saying? Like you said, talk about getting the bag. That's the third way. You don't know what people have been through to get what they got. You know what I'm saying? So you can think, well, I want to police to this person. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I can get some of that or whatever. But like you say, you see an average person. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they got their mind together. And they got their, you know what I'm saying? They're walking in a good direction. They're not trying to be. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to be seen. You know what I'm saying? More so than being heard. Like it's different. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, people look at that and like, y'all don't want to talk about, y'all want to hear about it or whatever.
Yeah, it's close to being too late. If it ain't too late,
Right.
It has to be.
what you got, Toddy?
I'm gonna say is basically what y'all saying is it has to be a mentality change
Right.
on both sides. On both sides.
Both sides of what?
The mother and the father.
Oh,
It
yeah.
take two. It's gonna take two willing participants.
Yep.
If she's pregnant with that baby, and they say y'all decided y'all not gonna be together, this is the time for two willing participants, male and female, to sit down and say,
Make a plan.
what we gonna do about this child? So we have to change the mentality. We have to say, well, we gonna X out the middleman, and we need to mentally handle this on our own. Let's communicate this thing out. How we gonna? Let's set up visitation. You ain't got to pay for your visitation. Let's set up the funding. How we gonna take care of this baby? You know what I'm saying? We gotta take the middleman out. This is the only way you're gonna be able to change it. Cause what happens is it gets ugly because you don't have two people willing to sit down and say, I'm gonna do it to where it's fair. You know, it's either gonna be one. This need to be fair for the mother's well-being, the father's well-being, and the child's well-being, which is most important.
Right.
So just how you came together and made that baby, you should be able to come together and say, this is how we gonna take care of and raise this baby.
Right.
In a fair way to where you're comfortable, you're okay with this plan, and I'm comfortable.
Yep.
But what we do is
Try to get over
we don't come up with none of that. We go straight down to the
Yep.
to the child support officer. We let them dictate how much they gonna take out from the mail. He's not happy about it. You may be happy about it. If not, if you is, it might not be enough to you, or he ain't paying enough. Oh, since you put me on child support, then I ain't giving nothing extra. Oh, now on top of that, I'm gonna use this child support. You can't see your child, so now I gotta go back to court. I gotta pay for my visitation. So we rather go through all these hoops, obstacles, and avenues rather than to sit down,
Do it the right way.
two willing participants, and put our heads together and come up with a game plan of how we gonna bring this child into this world, raise this baby. That's what got to change, Tim, to answer your question. You gotta be two, but it gotta be on both sides.
Yep.
If we can get to that, then we can make some headway. But this is the issue. You ain't got 1,000 Timber Saints out there,
Yep.
or Tidies, or 1,000 of who your wife is on the other side. Sometimes you might have one parent, whether it's the mom or the daddy, they may be talking like they got some sense, but the other one ain't talking like they got sense. So it's disconnected. So now you're in this seesaw battle. So now you put it to where you don't have no choice but to get the people involved. And eventually, if the daddy ain't doing right, the mother gonna get the people involved. Or he feel like, well, you got too much on my back. This ain't right. Oh well, I'm gonna keep you for your child. Go pay for your visitation. So it's the mentality thing. It's the mentality. Do I want this check just to have the check, or do I really want this funding so we can really take care of this baby, or do I want to use it for my benefit? Or the man, because we do got deadbeats out here, so we ain't gonna say that. We address the issue. If I have this child, if I bring this child to this world, I'm gonna make sure I do what I can to take care of it. Not only financially, I'm gonna be there mentally, emotionally, socially. I'm gonna make sure the schoolwork get done. I'm gonna make sure I'm talking to the teachers. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing all the things I can. And you can. You know what I'm saying? You can make sure you correlate that stuff. But both people got to change their mentality. And then, but when them breakups get bad, I don't hate him, I don't like the girl she with, I don't like the dude she with, then two people ain't willing to talk. So guess who's suffering? This seed right here gonna suffer.
Yep.
Because the parents, they ain't developed no way to co-parent. So now it's like a tug of war. Like you said, the mama could use the child as the pawn, keep the child from the father, and the father got to go through all these roads. So once the relationship messed up, then you have these situations. Instead of, like I said, like we always keep saying, the system is designed for us to separate anyway. So we giving the people what they want. So unless we change our mentality, it's gonna keep going like that.
Totally agree.
piggyback.
I do even say that.
Yeah, correct them, make them change that, man.
Piggyback.
He said piggyback.
No swine over here, man. You say veggie back, man.
My bad. So it's like they put the child in like a mental tug of war.
Mm-hmm.
You got just like you say, you got two people. You got one person on one side going one way, you got another person on the other side going another way, and the child stuck in the middle. They don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? The child all confused, and so they grow up like that. So they're already behind as far as which way they can go and what they can do because it's a lot they don't know. It's a lot they don't understand. Because they never grew up in a house of confusion.
Yeah.
I would advocate for like Tim said, I would advocate for co-parenting without the system getting involved.
Yeah.
Like if you can sit down, maybe you sit down with a notary and you decide on your own.
You can do it that way.
And you stick to, some people do that, you get a notary and you establish your own, the male or female, you establish your own contract and you sign it. Or he would get him on these days, he would pay this amount. He would visit on these holidays. You know, kind of, that's how they do it anyway.
Yeah.
They like, we slow or something. But they tell us we can do it on our own. And if you want to be real about it, it's all they gonna do is they gonna come up with a visitation and they gonna come up with a percentage of, if you on child support, they gonna come up with a percentage of what the man paying.
Like I said earlier, I try to stick to that because the major thing in our community when it comes to black people is that fear factor. Again, like he was talking about earlier, the fact that everybody have this small notion that one side is going to outdo the other side and win the child over. Fear play a major role in everything that we do as a people. Like that's where the hate come from, or the envy. I don't even know if it made it to hate yet. It's more envy than it is hate, right? Envy breeds hate.
Facts.
But at first you got to get past the envy. And that factor of fear that we always have for don't want to see the next person outdo us.
Yep. Always competition with somebody.
We wake up like that.
Yep.
You feel me? So to have again a overwhelmingly amount of negativity just compounding every situation that you're in. Every situation. You got that factor of fear, that factor of distrust.
Yep.
That factor of if you can't trust them, so you know you don't expect no honesty to come from,
Yep.
right? And with all these different factors, just these three alone is enough to make that situation like you was trying to talk about, where we go to the notary and try to put together a game plan. Just those situations alone right there make that not gonna happen.
Yep.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you try to work it out, the fact that somebody they got that greed, somebody
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Mentality, like.
yeah. So it's always a factor of fear that's in place that causes us to always be on this perpetual cycle of over and over and over and over.
Man, you're gonna keep
You know,
doing
and
it.
just keep doing the same thing. Right? So like Rob said, sooner or later somebody gonna have to stop, just step off the cycle.
Yeah.
Right? And it's gonna be some pain that's involved with stepping off the cycle, whereas you got to go through like what Mel said he had to go through when it was coming between him and his child, or what you had to go through when it came through, where you had to fight for this right and fight to be able to do this and pay for this, and before you know it, you done spent $20,000 trying to even get a visitation right.
And that's it, yep.
Or you going back and forth trying to figure out how to just make it cool, or you bending over backwards trying to please everybody and you stretching yourself thin.
Yep.
So the factor of fear always gonna be prevalent because we don't know no other way. Like everything, be honest, black people are scared of everything.
Yep.
Black people don't want to see no other person make advancements. It's that crab in the barrel mentality.
That look like us.
Especially veggie background, you said. Especially we from the same background, the same neighborhood.
If
I see Tim leave, and I'm still here.
I'm blaming everything on him.
I'm gonna drop a dime on him. Like he said on Billy, I'm gonna drop a dime on that. What?
We scared of change.
We eat like that. Tim don't came up. I'm still stuck here.
Yeah.
Where we came from, we played in the sandbox together. Instead of me joining him or seeing instead of me getting free game, man, listen, instead of me getting the game from, that's what you said. That's where that envy come in. Because now it's the envy. Because now I want to be where you at, even though I don't have the mentality of God to get there. The same way you did, I want to get there. But now I'm envious towards you and you my partner because you found a way to make it out, but I'm still stuck here.
Yep, but you ain't
and that's a mirror image of what you just saw on that video right there.
Yep.
That's a mirror image of what you saw play out on that video. There were two guys on that video saying, "Oh, if you weren't paying $35, see that's self-hate, man. That's exactly what that is."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have no love in your heart for the next man or that woman if that's what you sitting up here talking about all day.
It's pointing a finger.
Yeah.
Because
that's self-hate.
The thing I was gonna say is, I'm envious towards you, but I ain't taking into consideration none of the work you put in to get where you at.
That ain't gonna matter to you.
All I see is the end product. I just see the results. All I know is me and you was playing in the sandbox together. We from the same neighborhood. I ain't taking into consideration none of the work you did, the obstacles you had to go through, none of the trials and tribulations. But I see you though. But now I see you as a
sellout.
You the same person, but I see somebody that grows. I see somebody that's successful now, but I ain't thinking about the process though. I ain't thinking about the process. I just see you.
Cause you know him, so now you feel like he owe you something.
So now like
he owe you something.
And then
it's just like what Nas said. If you remember, I don't know the words, but Nas said in one of his songs, like if you sitting around waiting for another cat to get rich, then he deserved that girl you with. You feel me? Because you're going to sit around and wait for him to get rich so you can ask for something. Or you can try to rob him, you can take something from him.
So you got envy the whole time.
That's it. That's what leading you on to the place where you trying to get at. That envy.
And a lot of times you can't see envy from people. Sometimes it be there the whole time. Like when you can always like envy is almost like it's like a snake in the grass. Sometimes you don't see envy of people when
you ain't gonna see it.
When you ain't when you ain't came up or I guess got nothing like fancy. Like it's a lot of I grew up with from the gutter with like we all grew up poor, we all grew up broke. Everything fine, we all grew up broke. Now as soon as I get the drive to do something different, or I ain't gonna say because I don't compare myself to nobody, but like you can't help how people look at you. But the people I grew up with, I'm talking about from the dirt now, that'll say, he think he better than me. And I'm like, bro, like we both grew up in the same situation, but I understand you was envy the whole time. The only difference was we both was on welfare. It's nothing to envy. It's like if I get a burger right now and you split this burger, you probably ain't gonna be mad if I give you half the burger. But let's just say I walk and get me a KFC meal and I eat it and I don't give you none, you'll feel like I was wrong. But never mind the fact that I walked and got that meal on my own. So do I have to come back and bring you a piece? You didn't help me get it. You know what I'm saying? So we do the same thing. Envy is like the biggest thing black people we got as a whole. Everything we do, we gotta tear somebody else down. Like even if you might got probably, I'm gonna say probably that's 10% of people that's genuinely happy for other people. Majority of the time,
5%.
Okay, I mean, yeah, he might be right, 5. Like they don't even be happy for you. Even it's like, and then when they see what they didn't think you could do, it ain't being like, hey, Teddy, I'm proud of you. It's really like they got nothing. They want to say something bad, but you doing so good or you doing your thing. It's nothing that they can't say. But as soon as something happens, and they got a rumor, it could be a rumor that'll be true. Let a rumor pop up.
I told you that.
They gonna take it and run with it. I told you, you know what I'm saying, but like that's the thing we got, and the whole time you don't see it sometimes because when y'all on the same level, my daddy taught me before he died. He said, if you want to see what a dude, how my daddy taught you want to see what a nigga really made of. He said you put two things in front of him, it'll tell you exactly every time exactly what type of nigga you dealing with. He said put some money between y'all or a woman, you'll find exactly what type of nigga you dealing with. And it never failed. I had a nigga tell me somebody, yo man, you acting funny, you done changed, like you don't come around no more. I couldn't even get mad, but the mentality, you think that, bro, we both grew up on nothing.
Yeah.
The fact that you think that I would even want to come back, so I'm wrong because I believe in elevating. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to live good. I know what that life like. I had racks and rolls. I know exactly what that, I ain't never going back to that. Right. But because you still there, and I don't look down on you, what you really want to say is, damn dog, I'm proud of you, and I ain't got on. You really want to say I should be doing better because you remember when me and you was both struggling, but now you see me, you know, to take my steps and get out of the hood, and you didn't take your steps, and you still there. So you want to blame your downfall on me. And the sad part about it is I couldn't even take it personal. It just goes back to show the mentality. You know what I'm saying? And I also had to learn, and just with these kids, a lot of kids think that because you grow up in the gut of the street that them got to be your only friends the rest of your life. When I was in the hood of the street, I always thought that too. Like, you know, my homeboys got to be from the same gutter. Like, until I got older and you start meeting people and realize I got friends that's from the other side of life, never seen that, and better than a lot of people I grew up with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They turned me on to a lot of games that I didn't know about, because when you grow up in one area, majority of the time, you think the whole world is like that. But now you can look at me and tell my mindset left the gutter, like it's always gonna be there, but my mentality is not ghetto. I am hood, but that's not my whole mentality. And now that's why I can talk to people on different levels of life. And certain friends I got different, you know what I'm saying? You might see me with a nerd, like, yeah. But that dude, you just like, he done showed me a whole lot of stuff. So I feel like, end of the day, that envy be big, man. Like, don't get confused. Don't think nobody your friend just because y'all going through the same thing at the same time. That don't mean y'all friend. My daddy taught me you find out what people, how they feel about you when y'all go separate ways. That's anybody. When y'all go separate ways, now you gonna find out how they real feel about you.
Now the truth gonna come out.
Yeah, nigga, man, I knew we were gonna get him cut hair. He think he can bother. Niggas do shit like that. Let me ask you a question. When you was talking about it before you put it in motion, yeah, man, you could do it as soon as you did it. Oh man, nigga, he only think he is like, and it be like damn, but like it be, man, I'm telling you, it be the people right up under your nose every time.
Let me ask y'all a question. Nowadays, why every time you turn around, whether it's the cell phone, TV, podcast,
right?
Why there's so much comparison or competition when it comes to the male versus the female? Go back to what you're talking about with the separation. Every time you turn around, they talking about which one rose greater, or who does this or who does that.
Right.
Y'all notice that?
No, it's that.
It wasn't like that back in the days. Like nowadays, it's like at an all-time high. You either trying to put the female here and the male here,
or vice versa,
or the male trying to fight the same here on here. Like all the time, even the video we just saw.
Yeah. Like
every time we turn on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, it's always a male versus female, mother versus father conversation. Who does what? Who is never father need to do this, mother need to do this, they need to come together. It's always which one has the most important role, or which one has the better impact on the child, or which one is not doing this. Y'all notice that?
Most definitely, man. And that's an indoctrination that came way back from slavery.
Yep.
You feel me? Well, I don't know, like keep referencing this book, but if you ain't read the Willie Lynch Protocols, you need to read that. Because in that book, it's just the book probably about 10 pages big.
Right.
But in that book, it tell you about how they separate, how he was a slave maker. You know what I say? He was a slave maker. Like a lot of these people were slave owners, but he was a slave maker. He was teaching them how to make your slaves perpetual slaves throughout generations. And he shows you how to separate the man from the woman, to make the man envious of the woman and the woman envious of the man. It's in the book. He shows you how to make tall people envious short people, make short people want to be tall.
Yeah.
He shows you how to make people that's bigger envy skinny people.
Yep.
It's in the book. If it was a lie, then somebody else wrote it. But then if you think it's a lie, then look at what you see every day around here. Every day around here, you see somebody comparing fat against skinny, tall against short, dark against light. You feel me? And so that's a whole indoctrination that we done been trained throughout generations, man. So that's why when you see us saying, oh, them light skinned niggas, you feel me? Or the light skinned niggas saying, oh, these dark skin played out, light skin played out. Now you got the skinny girls, the boys saying, hey, it's about to be winter time, you better get you a big girl.
Like they're going to get all this surgery. Like
Yeah, you feel me? So all that's psychological, all that's in your mind.
Mentality.
Yep.
All that's done been bred into you.
And it's at an all-time high now.
Yeah, so of course you're gonna always have man versus man dynamic. Like it's always gonna be that, because we gonna always try to find a way where comparing ourselves to our women as I do more than you do. Or kind of like that last time we had that discussion in who suffered the most.
Yeah. Like we
Suffering is suffering. What are you talking about? Yeah. So it's always gonna be a competition between, oh, I got the children 365 days of the year. You only get them. You feel me? Or the children stay over here. I'm the non-custodial. You the custodial. It's always gonna be that. So the thing about it is, we the only race, right, that you see that it's illuminated. It's always in front. The black man hating on the black woman. Black woman hating on. It's always in the front. It's on the news. It's on every media outlet. It's on every social media platform. All you see is people bombarding you with self-hate. And nobody ain't. So you got a few sprinkles of this page say black love, and this, those are sprinkles that's inside of all this self-hate.
Get drowned.
You can't see
You
it.
ain't see it.
Yeah, you
dissolve.
It's like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, you can't see it. So the thing about it is, we gonna have to. I was telling them boys at the barbershop today. I said sometimes you gonna have to reverse the roles, man. I was telling my little homie last night in the gym. I said, see, when you get something negative that approaching you and it's in your mind, I said you got to cover that up with two positive. For every one negative that approach you, you got to put two positives on top, two positive thoughts on top of that negative thought. That's the only way. Because the first positive thought gonna fight with that negative.
It's gonna zero it out.
That's right. The other positive gonna blank it out.
It's like counter. You got to counter.
You got to counter it. But that's the thing. We ain't trying to do that. We having fun. Half of the people in our immediate circles right now probably home looking at drug dealer movies. Everybody talking about Snowfall and what's happening? You feel me? This is what we looking at all day. So what we gonna emulate?
And-
Whatever it is that we watch.
People, and they don't think that go a long way, and they do. Like
It's going in your subconscious.
I got
It's becoming
somebody, yeah, like I have somebody say, well, I ain't negative. I'm like, but all you watch is negativity. Do you
That's
not?
it.
Like, that's like saying, I'm healthy, but all you eat is unhealthy. Then you're not healthy.
You gonna sit back and watch gun violence all day. Y'all remember Rock, Meg and Toddy back in the days, right? When they used to have the little when they were having a conflict, when they was talking about stop the violence, but they were saying how you always had these violent movies that come out, like Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
what the
And
movie
RoboCop.
is? Yeah, when he was fighting the alien in the woods, killing him, and they was
Predator.
they was
Yeah.
disputing about all the blood shed that was on the movie screen. They said, well, we got to stop showing all this blood shed if you want to see people. If you want to, the only way you gonna sensitize the people is start showing them all the desensitizing movies.
Yeah, because they believe what they see.
Right, so what you doing now is you putting this type of stuff in front of the people, you desensitizing. So now, if you look at it today, you got men that, really ain't interested in women.
Yeah.
And then you got women that really saying, I don't need no man.
And the crazy part about it, like you said, like
Yeah, so
they see it so much, it's almost, even if it ain't true, it become normal.
it's hyper normalized, man.
They want to normalize it.
And that's the thing about it though, the more you
Not
see it,
normal, it's normal now. Like it's the everyday norm. Well, if you ain't tied down and locked up, these girls is these dudes saying, "Hey man, shoot, I could do bad by myself. I'll just chill." And then the girl saying, "Hey man, I ain't," just like the dude was saying, "I'm talking about marriage." Cause a lot of girls say, "Man, I ain't with that marriage stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get married, right?" And they just say, "I'm gonna get what I can get and keep it moving."
Yeah. Listen to that sound like
Yeah.
anything that's crazy. Like they see it so much now that they really believe it's normal. Like for instance, this gonna sound weird to say, and like how we was just talking about the surgery or whatever. Like it's bigger than surgery. Like it just goes to show the lack of mentality you have. Like it's a reason God made everybody different. There ain't no two people on this earth that's exactly the same. But instead of you embracing that, like that's what I mean, like it done got so far-fetched that you don't even want to be yourself no more. You want to be like everybody else. Everybody want to be like everybody else now.
Anything but yourself.
Yeah, like so like you got everybody want to get a BBL now, right? I'm not whatever you choose, whatever floats your boat. But it's almost like y'all been brainwashed so much you don't even know you brainwashed. Like first it was the blonde hair. Nicki Minaj started wearing the blonde hair. Every girl gotta go get blonde hair. Like it's just like, even though it don't look good on everybody, even though it really ain't even in your hair, but we ain't gonna get into all that. But the fact that, you see what I'm saying, it's like, do anybody believe in like, a lot of people, this I know a lot of people don't, especially black folks, this I know a lot of y'all don't know yourself. Besides your name and your when you was born, 90% of you don't even know who you really are. I can tell by the stuff you say and do. I just made a post the other day, I said, by some of the stuff y'all put on this post on here, like y'all embarrass y'all spouses, like, some of you wouldn't even think some of y'all have family or kids on here. Like you had no self-respect, none. You know what I'm saying? Like you like.
Alright,
Let me finish. Like what I'm saying, like even now it becoming so much that even being a good upstanding person is you look bad now. Like most people are afraid to have a 9 to 5 now because everybody look at them like you broke or something wrong with that. That's just somebody go to work every day. I ain't trying to break. I'm talking about somebody just go to work and make an honest living. They even afraid to hold their head up high now. Because everybody else doing everything else that's the total opposite. So everybody running with it, they looking at like, well, I don't know, man. They might laugh and say I got a job.
I don't know why.
Like, but that's the world we live in. Because on TV, everything you see, people believe what they see. When you see it so much, it really plays your mental. Like the music you listen to, it plays in your mental.
Yeah, I told my little homeboy the other night, I said,
All that.
I told him, I said, only person I can be is Tim Lassane. Like, I said, I asked him, I said, you know why the only person I could be is Tim Lassane? He said, why? I said, because everybody else is already taken up.
That's real though. Yeah.
Everybody else is already everybody else.
They gone.
I only got one person. That's all I could be. Like anything what I do is just got to be how I vibrate. Like how I move. Only person I can be is me.
No matter what
So,
you do. Yep.
I can't fit med shoes, I can't fit tidy shoes, I can't fit rock shoes, I can't fit my wife's shoes, I can't fit my children's shoes, I can't fit them.
Yep.
Only person I can be is me. So when I put the period at the end of my sentence, and when everybody put me in the spot wherever I'm gonna end up at, right? When the last time you see this vehicle that I'm traveling in, the only thing you're gonna remember about that is Tim Lassane.
Yeah. And can't nobody else beat Tim Lassane.
That's it. Ain't no more of that. Ain't no more me.
Yeah.
You feel me? Now, this is my homeboy, that boy Big Pookie. He named this my name except for his last name. His name Timothy DeWan, just like me, right? And I used to always tell him, he like, man, I want my son to grow up, we be just like you and this and that. I like, yeah, he can wear the name, but he gonna have to have his own personality. He gonna have to put his own spin on that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So even no matter what we do during this dash that's in between our born day,
Yeah.
right? Whatever we do between this dash is what's gonna define us when we get that last date.
Yep.
To put back at the end of that day. So we gotta make the best of this situation that we living in.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? We can sit around and try to change our, faces, and like Michael Jackson putting dents in his chin, and cause somebody told him he was ugly. Somebody told him he was too dark, right? And so he started trying to make himself appeasing
To the people.
to the people, man. I said, I'm stuck like this. So if somebody say, hey man, I need Tim Lassane, I need ugly there, I don't care, man, I will slap at me. Hey man, I can't change that.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
The things I can't change, guess what?
I ain't worried
I have to learn to accept it.
Yeah.
All I can do is accept the things that I've been given.
Yep.
And so I always say, and I said this to Tylee and Fusco Devil one time, I said, I'm no longer seeking acceptance from people that I don't mess with. I ain't seeking I'm only fool with the people that I fool with. Right?
They're the only ones that matter.
Why would I even be worried about somebody that's outside of myself?
They're the only ones that matter.
Yeah. So the only people that matter to me is the people that matter to me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Even if you will go with somebody in the person, like you know what I'm saying, like I don't want you to change.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? If you want to change, that's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that, well, you gotta be like this, or you gotta be like that for me to be cool with you.
Right.
Now we've been cool for the last 25, 30 years.
Right.
That's all good.
Yeah. So, I tell
The people who are cool with you, they're not even gonna ask you to make that change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're gonna be cool with this, that's what you is.
That's right. See, my whole life is dedicated to change. So if the people that's in around me know the person that I once was throughout my life, and they see me now, they can see some changes that have been made, right? And the rest of my life, I'm dedicating my life to keep on changing.
Supposed to. Everything in life changes.
Yeah, everything changes. So if you staying the same every day, then
And you ain't doing nothing.
yeah, I can't.
You ain't
fool
broke.
with
That's only two ways you're gonna live your life. Everything in life changes. It's just how you change. You gonna increase or you gonna decrease.
What Life Jennings said, it's only two things in life that's constant.
Yeah.
That's change and change.
Yeah. You
Those
ain't
are
doing
the
it
two
right.
things in life that's constant. It's always gonna be.
So you better pick how you gonna make change. Cause you're gonna either get better or get worse. But you're gonna do me only two choices. Don't nothing stay the same.
Hey, Rob, we finna get up out of here, man. Appreciate you for coming out, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so like he said, change for the better. If y'all watch this, take some of them jewels. If you could come together with the person you had a child with and y'all could make decisions on your own, do that. I challenge y'all to do that.
Yeah.
It's too late for some of us, so I challenge the one that's up and coming. Man, listen, it's free game.
Saturday and Sunday.